This is Treese Kimmons, like Simmons, and she has been in Iraq. And let her tell us what she wishes us to know.
I don't know. Iraq is hard, but I had fun though. I think it's more so in your head and what you want it to be. If you focused on your goal, I think that you'll be able to do it. But it's hard because you have to change yourself and understand changing yourself. Because you're not just changing for you, you're changing for the person that's sitting next to you, that's relying on you. So don't take life for granted, because it's not promised. It's not guaranteed. But it's a blessing.
As a physician and as an artist, I use my medical education and my art to find ways of healing people. It is my purpose in life to heal. In whatever way I can play a role, I wish to have people think about our place as individuals living amongst each other. Through my work as a doctor and a portrait artist, I must address the truth of the individual. I observe and I listen to the person before me. As an artist, I choose to paint individuals who have something to say about pertinent social issues, a kind of social realism. A few years ago, I completed a series on Holocaust survivors and their World War II liberators. Many of these people were in the final stages of their lives, so it was more important than ever to capture their faces and the thoughts behind their eyes. Growing up in the late 1930s and 40s during World War II was a strange part of my history where the fear of the unknown was always present. Blackouts and the threat of an enemy attack were always in our thoughts. I remember the many windows where there were flags with varying stars for those servicemen in action, or the gold star of those who had given their lives for our nation. There was a sense of the country coming together to fight a single enemy. Once again, in the Iraq and Afghanistan wars, I saw the flags in the windows, and nearly every day 10 American servicemen were reported killed. First was Operation Iraqi Freedom, which led to Operation Enduring Freedom. Certainly, enduring freedom is a worthy goal, but it comes at a very dear price. Once again, I have turned to those who were there to help answer the question about the purpose of this war. These veterans have been there and they say, in quote, "I did it because it was my duty, and I am serving my country and my people," end quote. These portraits and the conversations the service members had with me reveal the healing process through which they are all going. It is a conversation that I want to share with you so that we all together can better understand what the defenders of our country have gone through. We all need to see, hear, and be part of their healing.
I guess I can really give two perspectives on war. One from a 20-year-old young man, militarily trained to fight and to be ready to fight and to understand that there's nothing else really that matters. It's a lot different of a perspective than I do now, or that I had when I get out of the military, when you do start to question different situations. For instance, the biggest one being why we went to war in the first place. There's no words to ever really attach to the experience, the things that I saw. You're trained to understand and believe that what you're going to see, you can just get over it and keep moving forward. In my instance, that was kind of a coping mechanism, to not think about the death and the dying, the destruction. And so it worked while I was there. However, once you return back home and there is that time to think about things, it becomes a little bit more difficult to cope with the emotions and the feelings, and trying to reintegrate into a world that's completely different. A world that for many soldiers seems just very muted. A lot of these returning soldiers and vets find it very difficult to seek help and to talk to others about their experience because, as I mentioned earlier, there's no words to really describe. And for them, the mentality is us against them. What we know, what we've seen, no one's going to understand. So I think it'd be much easier for them to open up and for them to be able to discuss what they've been through with someone that's had the similar experiences.
Thank you.